Fellas, welcome to another edition of the weekly recap, recapping week 6. And we have some teams really lumped up with each other and some teams starting to separate. I think it's fair to say everybody is making their way closer and closer to that magical number of 8. I think if you get 8 wins, you pretty much guaranteed yourself a slot in the playoffs. And as we look at the standings, we'll see a lot of people are halfway there. We got somebody that's over halfway there, and a lot of guys still trying to find some footing so they can get there. So just to go down the standings real quick, of course we got KL at 5-1. You got myself, Johnny, Cesar, and Mondo all locked in at 4-2. So some teams off to some really good starts. Coming in next, we have Victor Sanchez, Amos, and we have KJ all locked in at 3-3, so 500 at this point of the season. And then we have 3 teams locked in at 2-4. Jason, Corey, and LJ. And then we got Matt, man, still searching, still looking. I got a quick question, man. Now, we talked about who's the most stubborn guy in the league. At 0-6 and no trades, what is Matt proving to us right now? Matt. Mondo brought you in this league with a lot of heat. You're a guru, you know this, you know that. And just because you're 0-6 don't mean you don't know football. But Matt, what are you doing? What are you proving by making no trades, man? Matt, we've kicked dudes out of the league for no trades. So maybe you're doing something behind the scenes and you can't quite get there. I know you and I had some negotiations, but man, either you're saying I'm not going to make somebody better, I'm just going to stick with my team, or you are the most stubborn fucking dude in the league. I don't know which one it is, but I guess we're about to find out. So let's go ahead and take a look at the matchups and see how everything broke out last week. And I'll tell y'all right now, the first game we're going to go over is a game that everybody, you're welcome. I mean, what can I say? You're welcome. All right. It was me squaring off against KL, obviously last year's champ. Obviously, the guy was undefeated, 5-0. And I'm sure I don't know, KL, maybe you'll stick to your guns and say you didn't really throw any little comments out or you weren't being cocky about being 5-0. First of all, let's stop right there. If any of us were 5-0, we'd all be cocky. We'd all be talking shit. We'd all be happy about it. We'd all want that 5-0 person to lose. You found yourself on that end of the spectrum, man. 132 put up by me, man. A great week for my team. 88. Kev had some people not get off the ground for him. Eddie Lacy never really got rolling. Andre Williams, he had to start him because his boy Jennings got hurt. Chargers defense, man, put up a goose egg against the Raiders. And I know you thought that was going to be a really good move for you. Dan Bailey, smoothest dude with a star on his helmet. The boy is automatic, man. And big win by the Cowboys. I could not believe that shit. I was sitting there watching that game thinking to myself, my God, how come they're not running the ball? And then Marshawn would run the ball and get stuffed. But, man, Marshawn Lynch, 10 carries at home, that blew my mind. And third down, I know Dallas is very, very efficient on third down. So I know we're talking about our matchup, but obviously with the whole Cowboy discussion, I mean, that's coming up right now. So big win for you guys, even though you took an L. The rest of the league, I delivered on my promise, man. So now everything gets a little closer. All right, the 4-2 teams are that much closer to being at the top of the league right now. And Cav comes back to the pack just a little bit. Still in first place, but came back a little bit. I do want to shout out a couple guys on my team. Phillip Rivers, 26. Foster, 26. Sanu, I picked him up 19. Julius Thomas, 17. So, man, I mean, you scored 132, man. Your team had a really good week, and that's exactly what happened for me. And, of course, I was happy about it. Next up, we had Show Nuff against that boy A-Key, the Ballers. And Cesar put up another big week, man. 118, 30 out of T.Y. Hilton. So, Amos, I don't know if you cared about that 36 I kept putting up, but I bet you feel my pain now. 30. And I don't know, man. I think that 36 is like the top performance of the year so far. If I'm wrong, anybody dig that up and prove me wrong on that. Cutler put up 23. The next highest score was 19 for Julius. And then, man, you had 5 guys not even crack double digits. But those big games from those couple of players really propelled your team. And then Amos, I mean, Percy Harvin got you 0. Delaney Walker 5. Marshawn got 6 again, man. Like he didn't get a lot of carries in that game, and then Darren Sproles got hurt. So, Amos, I mean, you got a little digging around and thinking to do for the matchup next week. But Cesar again moving on to 4-6, getting a victory over Amos. Next up, we had Sanchez taking on Cool Whip and making that boy drop 4 games in a row, man. Cesar put up 111. Cam Newton finally showed up for you big time, man. That dude ran the ball. It felt like 20 times. Put up 34 points. Big game for you. DeMarco, 21. Zach Stacy, man, honestly, is like the Zach Stacy and your tight end are like 2 positions that are kind of weird. Well, it didn't have to be weird. You sat Jordan Cameron, who put up 17. And then Corey set Colin Kaepernick when he blew up for 29. So good job, Corey. Big trade that came through with you and LJ. So hopefully, for your sake, that gets you back on track. And I'm sure you'll be happy to finally get a win. Mondo 109, Jason 105. Matt Forte 27 points. Mondo, you've been waiting on it. You've been talking to him. Finally came through. Peyton Manning 21. Now anybody else you're happy with that, but Peyton Manning, the Jets actually played him pretty tough for a little while. Larry Fitzgerald finally showed up with 15, and if I was Jason, I'd be pissed off about that. Cardinals D, that's what you really want to be mad about, Jason. That damn interception. Kirk Cousins jacked you up again. Russell Wilson only putting up 10 against the Cowboys. No way in hell you would have ever expected that. Ben Tate bouncing back in a big way with 19. Deshaun had 18. I mean, you put up 105, man. That's a good week by any other standard. If you look at your bench, man, I guess if you would have started Torrey Smith, dude went off for 17. So again, Mondo moving on and Jason falling down to 2-4. And then what had to be the game of the week, KJ against Johnny. 79-78. I didn't say it was like the most exciting game. I just said it was the game of the week. Not a lot of points being scored in this game. CJ Spiller, -1. Holy stuff. Steven Jackson, 2, man. Dang, KJ keeps rolling with that boy, man. And Johnny keeps on pulling his Ricky Henderson, bloop, bunt, get on base, manufacture runs. Somehow, this dude, Johnny, is 4-2. Oh, my God. Mondo called it black magic, man. I don't know what the hell. Johnny, maybe you living right, man. Stay out of them streets, man. You stay out of them streets, good things happen to you, I guess. But Johnny moving on. That boy is 4-2, man. That is crazy. All right. And then finally, LJ. All right. And okay. LJ, I think this is 2 wins in a row for LJ. Took on Matt, beat Matt by 20, 105-85. So again, L, man, if your team is scoring 105, you're in every game and you're winning most of your games. Nick Foles, 13. Lamar Miller, 13. Jordy Nelson, 17, and you just traded him away. So we'll see how your team looks in that after that whole ordeal right there. And then Matt, man, you just refuse to trade. Dez Brown, I'm not sure what his year looks like, and I don't want to mess up this whole thing by going and checking out one guy's year. But I don't know, is Dez balling this year? I know he had like a game, and he's made some really big catches in moments, but I did hear an interview where he was like, man, as long as we're winning, it don't matter. But fantasy-wise, doesn't look like Dez Bryant is helping you as much as he should be right now, man. And the Cowboys are really focused on running the rock. So looking on your bench, man, Jimmy Graham, well, he was on bye, but now he's kind of hurt. And Tom Brady went off for 31, and you put his ass on the bench. You play Tom Brady, you win. Wow. There's no way I would have started Eli Manning myself. But Matt, man, 0-6, dog. What are you gonna do? You just gonna ride this shit out? What you gonna do, dog? Okay. Poll question. I said, who do you guys think will win this matchup? Mondo and LJ. And overwhelmingly, everybody said Mondo. It was like 9-1 last time I checked. So I guess on the commissioner picks, you guys know where I'm going with that. And I think I'm gonna have to go back in the videos and check my commissioner picks. I think Jason like boosted some stats, man. He said I was like hovering below 500. I'm gonna have to go double check that, man. And I'll give you guys a real stat next week to see exactly where I am. Kind of like around the NFL. I could probably be on a show, honestly, man. If I had like some writers and some real material and somebody to interview, y'all tell me, y'all give me y'all's feedback. I think I could be on there, man. I do want to say this, man. This year. For the most part, we've brought back the fun aspect. We still argue and bicker a little bit, man, but it is definitely fun. We definitely have some good conversations about football. I wish some of you guys were around more, but what could I do about that? Okay, so let's see. Where am I going? Scoreboard. And let's check out what I think. All right, so first matchup, and again, I always just put them in order. Got myself against Amos, the Ballers. I mean, come on. You guys know by now, week in and week out, who the commissioner thinks is going to win. Amos, falling below 500, man. I'm moving on. 5-2, commissioner. Put me down. All right. Then we have V Sanchez playing against KL. Interesting. Let me break this down real quick. Cam Newton against Green Bay. DeMarco against the Giants. You got Stacy starting. Man, this is a tough game to call. I'm going to go with strictly based on upset potential. I'm going to take V Sanchez. All right. There's got to be an upset every week. KL would be the favorite, but I'm calling that one. I've called that a couple of times this year, by the way. All right. So I'm calling V Sanchez to take out KL. Oh, well, that means KL losing 2 in a row, man. So we'll see if I don't know how many times I bet against him this year, but I've been wrong every time except last week, I believe, if I did bet against him. And then Cesar, what's up with this fake tactic, man? That hurts me when I'm making my picks with this empty bench stuff. Jason Lagoria wins, man. Cesar, cut that out, man. Let's see. Let them eat cake versus Cool Whip. There's no way. There's no way he keeps pulling Houdini acts. Corey has the win, man. Johnny, get out of here. All right? Make a trade. You're not going to keep pulling this off, man. We got Mondo beating LJ. The whole league agrees with it. LJ's probably going to cuss for 10 minutes straight after he sees this. L, you my boy, man. We're getting lost in this is that you are my friend. You are my boy. Okay, but I got Mondo Nijiak winning that matchup. And then, we got a battle of bad luck, guys, man. Matt versus KJ. And they're both projected at 101. Oh, my God. Let's see here. Trent Richardson against Cincinnati. Man, I'm gonna go ahead and say KJ wins this. KJ has to win this matchup, man. There's no way around it. So there we go, man. Those are my picks for the week. I'll send them out right now. You guys let me know what you think. This week, man, I'll put it on GroupMe. Hopefully we can all get together and watch some games this weekend. It's been about 2 or 3 weeks. So all right, fellas, holla back. Peace.